Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Oh shit. Hey, what up, everybody? Yes, we got a week 11 starting sit. Let's go. And let's see. We got TikTok up, we got YouTube and Facebook up. Shout out to Corey. What up? Shout out to Stranger and the Houday Nation. Shout out to Toyota One. Let's see. Corey said, who's a better pickup? Rest of the season, Judy Pierce, Parker Washington, or I can stash Burrow. I don't know. And I probably wouldn't worry about stashing Burrow. I mean, you probably need guys that'll help you win right now. I'm leaning on Parker Washington right now. Yeah. And shout out to Josh. He said Treylon Burks going to be a good flex by the playoffs. Spread the word. Trust. Yeah, we'll see, man. Treylon Burks was always kind of annoying, man. And Corey said, who should I pick up this week? Hunt, Manning, guy, Otten. I got Gadsden. Do you have any other tight end? Like, I mean, we gotta hear more news about Gadsden. I'm a little bit nervous about it. A little bit nervous about Gadsden right now. I got to hear the Wednesday. We got to hear the Wednesday reports. And Daniel Berry, what up? And Stranger says, starting off my gardening, some Kush Mints, 29.88. Let me see. I think, is this the same one I pulled out yesterday? Yeah, I got the GMO Sherbert, 28.77% THC. We're about to get down to it. And Ron Lee traded London for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Keeper league, was that a good trade or not? I feel like it is in a keeper league because I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown more like this year, next year, for sure. And all right. Thanks, Nico. Nico Dobbs, let's get it. He said, hello, 420 crew. I got some trades that got accepted. My Ferguson plus Woody for Rico. I guess it depends on how expendable the tight end was. Also traded straight up Flacco for Bucky. It's not bad, especially if it's a single QB. My roster is now Hurts, Baker, CMC, A-Chain, Dowdle, Kyren, Derrick Henry, Bucky, Rice, St. Brown, Zay, Sutton, and McBride. Is pretty solid, bro. That is pretty solid. And let's see, TikTok. I can't see the name, but start Dak or Lamar. That's tough, man. I'm just going to lean Dak for now. And let's see. Young Mitch. Thinking of trading A.J. Brown for a Dunze. Why or why not? It's too even. Like, what's it really going to do for your what's it really going to do for your team, you know? It's probably not going to equate to much. So I would say you want to get a more efficient trade and really bump up your get top heavy. Sutton, J-Mo, or Jennings. I'm leaning. The heck did the Lions play again? Lions got the Eagles. It's going to be tough. I'm leaning Sutton for right now. And Kevin B, Dak plus Nico plus Ertz for McBride and Pittman. Probably, but I mean, it's, the quarterback's to throw in, but it's like you're winning on the tight end, losing on the wide receiver, you know. And here we go, packing up this bowl. Let's get to it, Stranger. And Corey said he got Dak. Should I pick up Tua versus Washington and start him or just hold? I'm probably just holding, but Tua versus Washington. I mean, Washington's got a lot of injuries in the secondary. Like, that's why, what's his name was like, that's why pretty much everybody on the Lions last week I was going so heavy on is because, including Goff, because like, man, they just have so many injuries that their secondary is screwed right now. And what up, PJ? He said, big decision. Trey Tucker or Kadarius Toney. Yeah.
Man, fuck Tony.
And Ron Lee said, who's the rapper that does your opening, bro? So it's actually it's a guy who's on the show. His name's Jamie. He's really getting he's just getting insane with the AI raps. So that's who it is. All right. Brady or no, what? Alistair said, should I panic on Trey McBride? Well, why should we panic on Trey McBride? Brady said trade Bijan for Gibbs. Nah, just hold. You want to do that a different way. Will Plow, what up? Jameer Nagbuka for Jamar. Dowdle, DK, who wins? I mean, it's so even that like you both win and lose at the same time. That's the tough part. That is the tough part. All right. Time to smoke. He said, "Hey, I want to get it for my playlist. Don't worry. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be adding all these to YouTube. But like one of the things that kind of sucks is like I don't want to just have it be like a blank screen, you know. So like I gotta like make some kind of video. I mean, I could just put the logo. I might just do that. Just put like a couple of my logos like on there. But yeah, we need to get that on YouTube because yeah, shit's fire." Strange said, I heard rap is nearly dead. Not one song in the top 100. I mean, you know how it goes, man. I mean, the big thing that I've been, I'm going to do some gardening TikTok, so you won't see me on the screen, but I'll be here. I'm looking at the questions. And shout out to JD Jacobs. Give me 1 sec. I saw you just followed. I see your question. I'm going to get down to it in a sec. PJ, have we heard if Stroud's definitely in? Great matchup this week. Yo. I would assume that he's going to be because it was a concussion, right? So, I mean, that's the, you know, like, I mean, like Tua, I think was like the longest who missed on a concussion. And it was like, what, like maybe like 4 weeks or something that I mean, last year, not this year. But either way, Davis Mills, he'll do good enough, you know, for what we need for Nico. Brazil said do an AI music video. Yeah, I know, man. It's the long videos though that like you know they get a little expensive. And what up, Alex? Should I trade BTJ for Henderson? I'm kind of leaning no, but I understand why. I mean, people are gonna start going crazy for Henderson right now because everyone's been waiting. JD Jacobs, I'm in a 12-man. My team consists of Hurts, A-Chain, Puka, CD, Nico, Kittle, Harvey, Chase Brown, and Woody. Who should I try to buy for an RB2 if I should? Well, I mean, I wouldn't be pressing it. I mean, you already got a great RB2 in Chase Brown, so I would go look and see maybe who has some RB depth. But once you actually go start looking, it's a 10-man, it's a 12-man, so you'll see. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of guys who have a bunch of RB depth, and you'll see that Chase Brown as an RB2 for you is probably better than most RB2s, you know, most teams RB2 in your league. Can almost guarantee it. And July 12, he said trade away Javonte and Zay for James Cook and BTJ. I'm probably holding. Corey said I got CD Rice, JSN, so I most likely will never have to start another wide receiver rest of the season, so I don't even know if it's worth to pick up Parker, Wash, Judy, or Pierce. Well, the thing is, like, you need to remember injuries can happen at any time, so you should be making sure that your depth is as strong as it can be on the bench. Because, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who say, you know, like literally just this week, I'm talking about where I forget what quarterback got hurt, but someone was like, oh, yeah, I traded like this guy because I got this guy. And then that guy ended up getting hurt. So that, you know, like anybody can get hurt. You got to keep your pockets loaded. And TikTok, just hang for a sec. I'll be right back. For Zill, Ravens defense or the Falcons? Probably rocking the Ravens, but I do like the Falcons this week for sure. I mean, they were one of the teams that was like on the top of my waiver wire pickups this week for the DSTs. And Ron Lee said May Thursday night or Lamar Sunday. Man, probably. I mean, it sucks. It sucks playing players on Thursday, like it really does. But I'm just gonna play May because the Browns, I mean, they got to they're tough on defense, man. And like if they hold down Lamar even a little bit, like I probably would just rather have May. And PJ said Wandale versus Marvin versus Devonta versus Joanna Man. Pick 2. As of right now, going Marvin and Devonta. And Brazil drop Pinheiro for Loop. I don't know, man. I'm not even on the kickers like that. Hey, what up, Crispy? Mahomes or Rodgers? I'm leaning Mahomes, but Rodgers does have an amazing matchup this week. King D, shout out to the LBC. What up, bro? And let's see, TikTok, re-put your questions in. Gabe said, should I drop Matt Prater, who plays Tampa Bay, pick up Andrew Baragales, who plays the Jets? Yeah, probably. I mean, tomorrow I will have all like the best and worst, starts and sits and all that. And so I'll have my kicker research done for the week as of tomorrow. Because, that's the only kicker research that I do. And shout out to Jay the Plug that just followed. And he said, trade McConkey and Travion for George Pickens. Nah, man. I'd rather have McConkey over George Pickens by himself. So unless you're getting McConkey and Henderson for George Pickens, I'm not doing that. Mike, I traded Garrett Wilson for Harvey. I mean, that's a pretty team-specific trade. I'm not mad at it. They hate Cooper. Should I pick up Aaron Rodgers or JJ? I'm going Rodgers because of the matchup. PJ said you can't trust Russ unless they go unless new Dayball goes Jameis. Yeah, I mean, what did Dart get a concussion? I mean, like I know he got pulled either way, but like he already got diagnosed that he has a concussion, right? So I mean, there's potential that he doesn't play this week. King D, pick up the Chargers, Cowboys, Steelers, or Vikings defense. It might be the Cowboys versus the Raiders. That's who I'm thinking. Who do the Vikings play again? Vikings play the Bears. Yeah, I mean, everybody here plays a pretty solid offense except for the Vikings who play the Raiders. I mean, except for the Cowboys that play the Raiders. So I think that I'm going to go with them. Yes. And user 754 said, how are you 14-4? It's a setting that's called game against the median. So every single week, each team plays 2 games, not just 1. And so that's why I'm 14-4. And I can explain how that works if you actually care. Just let me know. And Josh Kidding, Flacco plus Jennings for Keenan and Woody. Dude, that's like so blah that I'm just going to hold. And Alex said start 2, trade Tucker, Worthy, Swift. I mean, it's bad for all these guys. Like, I'm really, really not excited about starting any of these guys. I think I'm going to say Tucker and Worthy, but yeah, man, I'm not excited about that. Okay, user 754 said, yeah, could you explain it? So every week you play your normal head-to-head matchup, and that counts for 1 win or 1 loss. And then the game against the median is like everyone playing everybody in the entire league. And if you score in this is a 12-team league, so if you score in the top 6 for the week, you get a win. If you score in the bottom 6 for the week, you get a loss. And it's kind of a way to eliminate some of the bad and good luck that the schedule brings. And it's super fun. It makes it way more fun. And Mason said, dude, we have the median and it's awesome. I mean, it's definitely the way to go. And a lot of it is because, like, you ever had someone in your league who has like the easiest schedule and is just like undefeated? Like, we all hate that because everyone wants that schedule. And have you guys ever been in the position where you have like a really good team and you're towards like the top in scoring for the league, but then you have like the worst schedule and you're playing like everybody who's like going off on you? It balances out the good luck where people are and the bad luck where people are getting screwed. And the Don Leprechaun said, I like that change to your leagues, man. It's fun. And one of the things that I really like about it is if you're on the outside of the playoffs looking in with a couple weeks left, if you go on a run where you go like 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3 weeks in a row, you can make up some ground as well. That's one of the things that I like. It just brings the competition level like just way, way higher. Because when someone gets good luck or bad luck, I don't know, the guys who get the good luck, it's like they might not even be the best competition. They just got the good luck. And hold on, TikTok. I got some YouTube questions and we're coming back. And Crispy, Lamar or Rodgers? Whew, man, I might go Rodgers in this one. I mean, I want to play Lamar. It's just, dude, Cleveland and they're in Cleveland. And Robert, what up, bro? He said, how you feeling about Henderson moving forward? Stevenson coming back for the Pats backfield. I mean, I think that he's going to be he was already overhyped like crazy. Now he's just going to be way overhyped. And if you look at the game, he didn't get like an insane amount of work. It was like he cracked those two big ones. So I like him as like a flex guy, but there's going to be a whole bunch of people who are like, oh, he's a league winner, top 12, yada, yada. And, I just think he's going to be like a solid flex. And Frizzell, Bill, Watson, Parker, Spears, Manning guy for the flex. As of right now, I'm leaning Parker. The answer could change, and Bill's straight up droppable, bro. And Corey, rest of season schedule: Colts 23 with Pierce, Jags 21, Browns 6 with Judy. Well, I guess I'm just liking the upside of Parker more. Because like Judy preseason, like, yeah, that's the guy out of all of these, but he gets a couple catches, he's in the end zone, he has a decent game, but yeah, it freaking sucks. Just like how everything's going. And sorry, funny guy said, can you see my chats? There's so many questions coming in, and I'm like reading YouTube right now also. So it's like I'm trying to keep up with everything, but there's like so much going on. I'm trying. PJ, so I'm assuming Dart is out. Let's see. Phil said, what up? He said, Iman Warrior, Medalist Dynasty. Probably Medalist. Okay. Dart officially got the concussion. Okay. I mean, I know he left, but it kind of happened like late in the game. So I almost figured like no matter what, he wouldn't have came back anyways. Ghost Monkey in the house. What up? Would you be concerned about Bo Nix in a single QB moving forward? Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a good schedule moving forward. Like that's one thing that does suck for Bo Nix. He has a tough schedule. And Nico Dobbs, would you trade Sutton or Zay Flowers for Tez? Neither. I mean, I think it was pretty fluky what happened with Tez. Phil said Mariota or Brissett. The heck does Washington play again? The Dolphins. Probably going Mariota. They are in. They are. What's it called? Overseas. So that could be one thing that really, really sucks, man, is that part of it. Gabe, I already said yeah to that question, but I said I haven't done my kicker research yet either. That'll be tomorrow. And the Don Leprechaun said, finally got my waivers hoodie from the tournament last year. Nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, man, it was a lot of things that they had happen with just all their merchandise and stuff. So I'm glad you got it, though. I'm glad you got it. And let's see, Noah, JJ, Ferg, and Harvey for Kittle, Ladd, Marvin Harrison Jr. Feel like that's too even. I don't want to do that much for that much. And Mirza, you think I can get Diggs and Marv for Pittman and Butte? I don't know. Probably, maybe, but it's kind of blah, though. I would put my efforts towards a more efficient trade. Corey said, is Manning guy droppable? No, he's not. He's he's not a set and forget it starter though either. And Dune Sports, Dak or Dart this week? I gotta say Dak right now because we don't know if Dart's gonna play. And C Dog, I got 2 trades on the table: Saquon for Jefferson, then I have Dowdle and Addison for Ladd and Pickens. Wide receivers are Addison, Slayton, and Trey Tucker. I mean, I like the side where you're getting Ladd and Pickens. I'm not super excited about Pickens, but at least you're not giving up a guy like Barkley, because like that's no either way, like that's not a championship move. And Trent traded Buka and Dowdle for Jacobs and Pittman. I got Jamar in London. I mean, probably just like I want to get Pittman, but it's pretty even though. Obama's favorite white guy. He said, low key, should I start JJ or Rogers this week? High key, you should start Rogers. I mean, the Bears are a pretty good Bears are a good matchup, but not as good as the Bengals. And the Nestor Flores, Tez, or Parker Washington next week. I'm leaning Parker. And the Don Leprechaun said, how many dynasty leagues is too many to manage? Well, I'm in 32 right now. I'm managing it just fine. You know, some of the teams aren't doing so hot, but I got a couple big hitters. And then I got a bunch of teams that are kind of still in it. And it's going to come down to the last couple weeks if I make it to the playoffs. But I know people who have like over 100 dynasties and they're like, okay, managing it. So it really just depends on how much time you can put towards it. Because I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think it's really just I think it's really like what workload you can handle. Gotcha. Rashid Shaheed, Franklin, or Alec Pierce. Well, I mean, the Colts are on bye this week. So what are you talking about? Are you talking about for picking up, or like if you're talking about playing, I'm probably going Franklin. Ron Lee Mahomes at the Broncos or Herbert at the Jags. I mean, I don't really like sitting Mahomes, but like they're going up against the best D in the league, and like Herbert's going up against the Jags, and like the Jags are just like such a great matchup, man. I mean, look what Judge Davis Mills Lane did against them last week.
Let's get it on.
And will he use number 2 waiver on the Ravens D, or save it and pick up the Falcons, Chargers, Bears? I mean, I'd probably want to pick up the Ravens D. They got some good matchups coming up, but I do like the Falcons. And if the Falcons are cheap, you know, and free, you know, I'm good with it. And DuneSports.net said Parker's a stud. Yeah, man, he finally got the show out. And Chris said 422. Holy cow. Yeah, it's not a default league, though. We got 10 offensive starters, 9 defensive starters, and not teams, but you know, it's individual defensive players. Then there's a couple little tweaks here and there. It's like QB premium, it's tight end premium. It's also a pretty deep dynasty. Godzilla, I'm trading Rico and Pittman for Dart and Ladd. Good trade for next week. I mean, Dart might not play, so if you don't need Dart, like, you know, I guess it could be good because you're getting Ladd, but. And user, man, why don't you have a username, bro? And I said Mahomes or May rest of season. You want both rest of season. Like, bro, you're talking about 2 of the top quarterbacks in fantasy right now. Like, bro, there's calling like Mahomes and May are looking like, you know, 2 potential MVP candidates right now in the NFL. And Preston said, yo, where's the water pipe? Oh, man, you know what? It's about time to do some gardening. That's what I'm talking about, Preston. We got to keep the vibes high, and you know, if we do the research high, and you know, we set our lineups high, then it's just going to equal high scores. King D, start Hurts or Dak? Who the heck do the Eagles play again? Eagles play the Lions. Probably going Hurts. It's close, though. You got 2 good matchups. And Corey said, pick up Manning guy or Hunt off waivers. I'm probably going Manning guy. Oh, 1 second. Someone's asking me about the best ball. Okay. Yeah, someone was asking about the best ball draft. We do one weekly every Tuesday and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern. We do a best ball. It's a 1 week best ball draft. And yeah, we've been doing it all season, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And Bryce said, how the fuck you get 400 points? It's a deep dynasty. We got like 19 starters. There's 10 offensive starters and 9 IDP starters. And then it's got little tweaks here and there. It's like QB premium. It's tight end premium. But yeah, super fun. Super fun. And yeah, and you'll notice my opponent over here, didn't get anything like that. It was my team just balled the fuck out. Balled out. And Robert said, still taking Dak or Josh Allen to start this week. Am I just picking Josh Allen or Dak? Probably going Josh Allen versus the Bucks. And Carter said, what's tight end premium? So with tight end premium, there's all types of different, all types of different forms of tight end premium, but it really just means that the tight ends score more per reception than everybody else. So in this league specifically, everybody scores 2.5. Everybody scores 2.0, and then the tight end score 2.5. And I know goes. I mean, that'd probably be the easier way, but I also it's also a talking point, and people can stay on TikTok, to ask the questions. Like, sorry, everyone on YouTube's got to hear the shit a million times because you've been hanging out. But it is just a good talking point, though. That's also the point of it. Create some conversation behind it, get some people learning about new styles of leagues. And Crispy said Tucker or Malik. I'm probably going Malik. Not a horrible matchup, but I mean, you know how it goes with Tucker right now. And Ron Lee Mahomes. Mahomes or Mahomes. And Juan, what up? Who's my wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 in flex spot? Devontae Adams, Debo, Quentin Johnston, Jacoby Myers, Addison Washington, Tez. I mean, you don't need to ask about Adams. Adams is always starting now. So yeah, Adams is in. Myers is in. I'm going to say Washington for now. And I'm going to say Sharbs for the flex spot for now. But remember, don't take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. I mean, we're talking starts and sits. But, the longer the week goes, the more information that we got. And Jay Black's trade Chase and Rico for Puka, JMO, and Warren. Nah, it's just too much for too much. And it's so funny, Ghost Monkey. There's one dude right now. And here, I'm actually going to smoke. So, yeah, the person who said move your head real quick. And I can explain what it is. Don't just be a weirdo like the guy saying 422 and laughing. Because he's used to his leagues where he just score 100 points and he knows nothing different. Just feel free to ask, not be a weirdo. And Hollywood in the house. What up, bro? And shout out to the peeps that just followed. Going to be answering some questions. And yeah, Waddle said, yeah, I got 160. And he said, please let me know. All right, I'm going to do some gardening here. Give me a second. But mostly it's because it's a deep dynasty league with 10 offensive starters and 9 IDP starters. You can't see the whole thing because the IDP is all far down and shit. But it's also QB premium and tight end premium scoring as well too. So just tiny little things to make this deep dynasty even more hardcore. Damn it, stranger! I need to get that. Fuck! Don't be hating. I literally have fucking note on my computer that says put the IR song and the Hustler song on YouTube and get Don't Be Hating. But I keep fucking forgetting. It's even right in front of my face, but I keep fucking forgetting. And hey, yo, pick 3. JSN, Nico, Waddle, Rice. Rice is a must start. JSN's a must start. All these guys are pretty much must starts, but I'm going to say Nico. Waddle will be the odd man out here. And Corey, should I be worried about should I worry about stashing Burrow in my 14-team league? I have Stafford as my QB. Probably. I mean, it depends on how many. It really just depends on how many bench spots you have and how many what's it called? Like how many bye week players you got coming up, like bye week starters you got coming up this week, next week, and then what, week 13 and 14? Because I think week 12 is the what's it called? Week 12 is the is Thanksgiving, and everybody plays on Thanksgiving week. And what up, Zach? Schultz or Andrews? Leaning Andrews, but was I right about Schultz last week? I said he was in perfect line for a 1 week starter. And bro, did he boom for a random tight end that you just picked up off the scrap for 1 week? And start Harvey or Manning guy. I'm gonna say Harvey for now, but my answer may change as we get more info. And Stranger said I keep laughing every time too. It's funny, man. Like, I mean, I'm just laughing about it too. It's it's all we can do. And it is look, it just came up again. Jet said, what the hell league are you in scoring 422? It's just a deep dynasty is what it is. 10 offensive starters, 9 IDP starters, and then little tweaks here and there. But yeah, I'll tell you, for anybody who actually plays in these dynasties, like they said, they'd never really go back. AZ said, you got any tight end pickups of the week? I mean, I put all my I put all my pickups on Patreon already. If you guys aren't on Patreon, make sure you go follow. It's patreon.com/FFHustler420. I don't think there was a lot of good tight ends to pick up this week. Let me go see, because I mean, most of the guys have gotten rostered in over 50%. Theo Johnson's probably like one of the better ones. Theo, Cade Otton, Dalton Schultz. Those were my 3 pickups of the week. Theo and Cade 42% rostered. Dalton Schultz only 35% rostered. And T Fire Peace, Adunze or Henderson at the flex. I'm gonna say Adunze for now, but make sure you're coming back throughout the week. Never take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. That goes for everybody listening. Don't take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. Tuesdays are more for having fun. We're speculating. Maybe we're talking trade questions more than anything. Trade deadline might have ended for some people. This may be the last week for some people with the trade deadlines. And is this Wandoko? He said traded Swift and Ibuka for Henry. Everyone's super stingy. Guy was OG asking for my JSN. I said week 13. Oh shit, week 13 is the playoff start. And he said Henry versus Cincinnati. I mean, shit, anybody versus Cincinnati is a great start. PJ said, gotta avoid the Giants pass game. Bryce said Theo was terrible with Russ. Yeah, we gotta see. I mean, I just mentioned 3 guys. That's it. And let's not forget, if it's going to be Russ, that means he's going to be practicing with the first team all week. Like, that's like a difference. Like, when you just get thrown into a game in the middle of the game, like, you weren't prepping like the number 1 all week. So yeah, if it does end up being Russ, yeah, I'm probably going to avoid a shitload of the pass catchers over there, though. Brendan, should I start Henry or Woody Marks? I'll just lean Henry for now. Tough matchup though, but we see Henry get crazy in tough matchups sometimes. Maybe not as much this year. Comfort style, Knicks, McCarthy, or Brissett, pick 2. Damn, dude. All these guys have really bad matchups. I'm going to say Brissett at home, and I'm going to say JJ. Paul, trade Judkins, Marv, Brees for Mahomes and Jamar Chase. Probably. I mean, it's a tough matchup this week for Mahomes going up against the Broncos, though. That's one thing to worry about. And Juju, AJ for QJ, a fair trade. I don't know if it's a fair trade, but if you're not getting AJ, I wouldn't do it. Uncommon. Pittman and Hendy for Bowers and Demont. Said just worried Henry explodes. Or just worried Hendy explodes. So you'd be getting Henderson. I mean, I'd say the trade is pretty even no matter how you slice it. I feel like I would probably want the Pittman Henderson side. Paul said, pick up Brissett and drop Lawrence. Man, I mean, it is a tough game this week, but they are at home. Like, one thing that I will say about the Chargers is, like, they're notorious for going to the East Coast, playing in these early games, and just doing, like, very, very blah. Oh, and Common said, no, I'd get Bowers. I mean, dude, as long as Geno's not there, I'm worried. I mean, I'm even worried with what's his name? With Geno. But Geno's got that, what the hell is it? The quad contusion or whatever. Pretty much just a fancy way to say bruise. But, yeah, he's got the quad bruise. Paul said start Lawrence or Mariota. Probably going T-Law. Yeah, autism. He said Bowers is cooked as long as Geno exists. He said Genty almost had more receptions. Yeah, I mean, Genty's got a good schedule, though, and he's, these rookies, usually the second half, I mean, just more often than not is when they start showing out. Crispy said Stafford, Goff, Tua at 1. Man. I don't want to sit Stafford. He's just been doing way too good. I'm probably gonna sit Tua going overseas. I'm probably sitting Tua because it's not. I mean, Goff's got the Eagles, which not a great matchup, but their offense has also been like really great. So I feel like I would much rather bank on Goff in a tough matchup than Tua in an overseas matchup with a good matchup. And Uncommon, I'm not starting Pittman over Higgins, so I want to trade him. Here's one thing that you have to remember. You cannot make trades for that reason. Like, that is the worst reason to make a trade. Because you know why? Because just because you don't value Pittman, you're going to sell him cheaper than you should. So, like, no, horrible reason to make a trade because you're not going to start him and like trade him cheaper. And T-Fire P said pick up Algier. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys who I mentioned that needs to be picked up on the waiver wire, especially if you have Bijan. But it's really because like the running back landscape on waivers is horrible right now. Like horrible. The best 3 that I could find this week that were under 50% is Tyler Algier, Kenny Gainwell, and mostly it's because of the matchup, not even because of how he's been doing lately. And then Spears, and all those guys are rostered in the 30s. 33 for Tyler and Kenny.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastards!
And then Spears is 36. Let's see, Gav, Javonte Williams or Genty. Probably want to go Genty versus the Cowboys, man. I mean, I want to play Javonte too. I want to play both of them. And let's see. Fitz said, hear me out. I traded Bucky for Harvey because I think Bucky is done and Dobbins might be placed on IR. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know about Bucky being done, though, but I mean, I feel it. And Trey Smooth Cards, what up? He said, guy sent me an offer for Burrow, Washington, and Judkins for Egbuka Harvey. So smash accept, right? I don't know. I mean, which side are you like actually getting? And nah, he says 400 points. Said it multiple times. Are you trying? You feel free to ask a question if you're trying to ask a question. And Justin Schultz, Johnson, or Kelsey this week. I'm probably just going Kelsey. I know it's a tough matchup. Jay Buddha, Knicks or Goff? Probably going Goff. Both tough matchups. Sergio, I'm in need of a running back. Who would you trade away? CD for Kyren Diggs? Or would you trade away CD for Kyren Williams and Diggs? Sorry, guys. No way. PJ said, hey, man, you bailed out last night, and I won my matchup by a half a point when Josh Jacobs fumbled at the end. What the fuck? That's so crazy, man, that fumble saved you right at the end. And let's see. Captain Jiggies, Johnston or Tucker? Man, I really don't want to start either one. Yeah. I really don't want to go with either one. I mean, if you're forcing me to choose, I'm going to say QJ. But I just get nervous about him. And user 487 said top 3 sleepers for fantasy playoffs. I think that's even just like cliche, just like saying that. Like, that's like guys trying to like make like, cute little videos, but like, I don't even believe what these guys talk about when they talk about the sleepers. You can just mention anybody. Anybody who's not rostered super high or has like a good playoff schedule. Like, if you follow my Patreon, you would have known in August who are the playoff sleepers, because I've been posting shit like that on Patreon like the whole year. And Jackson said, what's the scoring behind you? It's a super deep dynasty. We got 10 defense, 9 defense and 10 offense in there. Chris says Parker Washington worth starting. Yeah, I think so. One of the reasons why he got a lot of volume is because BTJ didn't play. So, if BTJ doesn't play, that just means it should be an uptick for everything for him as well. Soroki, Goddard for Debo. I have McBride. It's kind of blah. I mean, Debo's not really going to help you win a championship. I would be trying to make moves to, that are going to help you for a playoff push or championship. Harry said, start Flacco, Hurts, or May. Man, I mean, it's tough playing May on Thursday, but I think that's where I'm going. I do like Flacco versus the Steelers, though, too. But because it's a divisional game, just might be a little bit tougher. And Caden, should I do Bowers for Theo Johnson? I can stack with Dart and Pickens. No, I feel like I would just work some kind of different trade if you're going to move off of Bowers. Blue Man, start 3, Amon-Ra, Puka, Rice, London. The first 3, I mean, I don't know how you choose from like all these 3 or these 4, but I'm just gonna say the first 3: Amon-Ra, Puka, and Rice. Holy smokes, Rice for Bucky and Benson? No. Preston, Olave, and Kincaid for James Cook. If you can somehow get that to happen, but the one thing that I'm not excited about is Cook's schedule. AA, Baker or May? I'm gonna go May, but Baker playing the Bills, I mean, it's not as bad of a matchup as we would have thought, like in the beginning. Ryan said, just traded my 2 bench wide receivers, DK and AJ Brown for James Cook. Was that good? I mean, assuming that you still have another wide receiver or 2 on the bench, yeah. I'm just not super excited about James Cook's schedule, though. Hey, what up, Joe? We said clickbaiters. Always, man. Always. You know it. And Trey Smooth, I get Igbuka, and the Harvey side, he really wants Burrow for the Bengals stack. May's my QB. I mean, I kind of forgot the trade. I'm trying to go look for it right now. I remember it. Yeah, it was Burrow +2. Oh, here it is. Burrow, Washington, and Judkins for Igbuka and Harvey. I'm not mad at it, but like Judkins, I would rather have him over Harvey by like a mile. I mean, I want Igbuka over Washington for sure. But then like Burrow's a throw-in, and like what if Burrow like goes on some crazy run in the playoffs? And that's just something that kind of sucks. And Tyler said 18 weeks in. What are we talking about? Damon, Mariota or Fields? I guess Mariota, but that's because Fields sucks. Adler, should I sell Kyren? Yeah. I mean, depends on who you can get for him. Marv, should I try to trade? Well, should I try to trade James Cook? I'm 5-5, pushing for the playoffs, but it's a dynasty league. Well, if you're 5-5, where are you in the standings? Like, do you think your team is good enough to win a championship? Not saying you should trade Cook if like you can't win a championship, but I would just if you're not going to win a championship, I might, but it just depends on how much you can sell them for. Sam, Saquon, Waddle, Olave, and BTJ for McCaffrey and Pittman Jr. I'll have a Dunzan, Pittman, and the wide receivers after. Nah, I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to make that happen, but like you're just trading top players for top players. Like if you're going for the championship in your league, you should be trying to trade like 2 to 4 players for one stud. But like you should not be trading studs away. Yo, what up, Derek? Shout out to the islands. What's going on, brother? Just have way too many RBs. Or your favorite wide receiver targets? Well, see, I guess my brain's just not even working like that. Like, really, it's all about scouting your league and seeing who has a plethora of wide receivers that could like afford to lose 1 or 2 of them. And like, if they need a running back, that puts you in prime position where you might be able to just do a 1-for-1 trade. Julia giving Javante, getting Buka and Henderson. All I get. And Josh said, should I try to buy Henry? I have A-Chain and Warren as RBs. I mean, is running back like your weakest spot? I don't know if you have to necessarily buy him. Like, is it because someone offered him to you, or that person wants to trade him, or like why are you thinking about Henry specifically? Miguel, Manning guy or Troy Franklin? I'm probably going to say Troy Franklin as of now. But don't take a Tuesday answer as a final answer. Gabe, Breece Hall or Chase Brown rest of the season? Chase Brown. Marv, would you do Cook for someone like Waddle or Pickens? So you didn't answer my question, dude. I said, what is your record in the league? Are you pushing for a championship? Like, it's not a redraft league. So, like, you can't treat your trades like it's a redraft league. I see people do it all the time, and they ruin their teams, and then they don't like their team next year, and then they just quit. So, like, yeah, don't make emotional trades. And Swesh, drop Ray Davis for Brian Robinson in Dynasty. Yeah, I would. The VV Zombie, how much fab would I spend on Ramondre? I mean, at this point, probably like 30 or 40%, man. I mean, there's like no running backs out there, so I'm surprised he's even out there for you. Dr. VP Slum, Flex Swift, or AJ Brown? I'm going AJ Brown. And shout out to Juan for the follow. Jay, would you trade Bucky, Mooney, Tez for Sutton and Devonta? No. Shout out to JJ Steele for the follow. Tez or Vidal? I'm leaning Tez this week. Clemster. Kyron Williams thought, should I be worried about his carry split? Yes and no. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, are you going to put him on the bench because of it? You could if you have like some really good options, and I'd be okay with that. But yeah, I mean, his efficiency is like something to probably be worried about even more than like his, the actual split. And Buck said Flacco or Dak for this week. So I like Dak's matchup, but Flacco's fire. Yeah, I mean, I probably would go Flacco over Dak. Like it's pretty close. The one thing that sucks for Flacco is it is a divisional game, so we know that's gonna be a little tough. What up, Rick? What's going down, bro? Dr. VP Slum, Pickens and Swift for JJ and Warren. Yeah, but who's actually doing that, though? User 417, Chase Brown or Ladd at the flex. Leaning Ladd right now. 600 BR, trade Rico for Cook. Probably not. Jordan, T. Higgins for Lamar. Nah, just hold. Jack, thanks for the follow. Golden or Butte if he's playing. Waiver wire. I don't want to start either one of those guys. Juan said drop Baker for Flacco. There's nobody else that you can drop. Single QB league. And JJ Steele said think Dart plays. I mean, it's 50-50, but I'm leaning on the side of no. We'll find out a little bit more tomorrow and Thursday, but Miguel Manningham or Henderson rest of season. Probably Henderson, but still kind of nervous about it because Manning guy, I mean, like Swift sucks. Like Henderson, like he's good and like Stevenson's good, but it's like really, but it's really just like a lot of it's going to deal with the schedule. A lot of it's going to deal with the injuries of those other guys. And Donnie said, have you guys played 18 games? 2 games per week. It's a setting called against the median in Sleeper. Parker on 5-5. My tight ends were Kraft, KK, Shane's my number one waiver. Otten, probably. It's pretty thin out there. Michael said Kelsey or Otten. Man, I mean, Otten has a better matchup, but I like the idea of Kelsey after the bye. Jack said you like Hampton as RB1 when he's back. We just have no idea when he's coming back, though. Like, that's the thing. Ryan said Judy for more. If you're getting more, yeah, I would do it. Steelers said, what are the rules in this league? It's a deep IDP. It's a deep dynasty with IDP. 10 offensive spots, 9 IDP spots. It's tight end premium and QB premium scoring as well. All right. Been rocking for like an hour. I think we're getting ready to shut this down here in a minute. And Campbell said traded AJ for Bucky after week 5. So you received Bucky, so Bucky's just been on your bench this entire time or in the IR. I mean, that sucks. And Steelers fans said, all right, that's pretty cool. Yeah, see, and I know that there's a lot of people who are used to just the default style of leagues. But if anybody's trying to get into a different style of league where it's a dope fantasy league, but the rules and the settings are just a little bit different. I mean, I have a handful of leagues that like people go crazy for. And Stranger says, still gardening here. There we go. I'm about to get another one before we get out of here. And Steelers fan, A-Chain and Warren for Jonathan Taylor and Dynasty. No. That's a redraft style trade, not a dynasty trade. Anthony, what RBs you think I can get for Puka? Bro, you should be able to get any RB that you want for Puka. But, like, why are you trying to trade Puka? It's not a championship move. Crispy said made a statement in League 9. What happened, Crispy? What happened? You had to let him know. Stomping with the big dogs. Briz Pierre, rest of season landman or Devin White? Man, probably going Devin White. Yeah, I mean, I feel like both of them have only had like, well, I think Landman's maybe had like two bad games or whatever, but I feel like Devin White's only had one bad game. JJ Steele, Herbert or Baker. Do you rather have Bijan and Henry and RJ at the flex or Bijan Rico sent them to the flex? It's tough. This is tough. I'm probably going the second one. Let me see. Trying to pull up that league, Crispy. People talking shit. I can't believe I sold that many players and won. Oh, no. Your team just made the statement. Yeah, I mean, 436, man. I let the weekly report do the talking. There we go. Carter said, what's QB premium? So the way that I have QB premium set up, it's 6 points for every touchdown instead of 4. And it's 15 yards passing per point versus 25 yards passing per point. So the running backs and the wide receivers, like they still get more, and tight ends, like they still get more like points per 10 yards or whatever, but the QBs aren't that far behind. And Nick, trade CD for A-Chain. My other RBs are JT and Bucky. My wide receivers are Chase and Addison. No. I mean, that would be good, but like, dude, why would you weaken your wide receivers? Oh, well, I guess you Bucky. Like, that's why. Yeah, okay. I mean, I feel like Bucky's coming back soon. Might be a week or two, but he'll be back before the playoffs. And Jesus start Flacco or Goff. I'll go Flacco. Steelers fan, you know if Trey Benson is playing this week. It's too early to tell. Too early to tell. Wednesday and Thursday practice will be super important for him. Briz Pierre off waiver. Algier, RJ Harvey, Pollard. Oh, off the waiver, Algier and RJ Harvey for Pollard. I feel like I'd want Algier and Harvey more. Marco said trade my Zay Flowers and Tracy for Marvin and Montgomery. Probably, because I just don't like Tracy. Heidi, would you start Vidal or Henderson? Henderson as of now, but you got to be paying attention, though, to Stevenson. Juan, Chase Diggs, Pittman, Olave, Jacoby, Chase, wide receiver 1. Who's wide receiver 2, 3 down the stretch? Yeah, I mean, Chase and Pittman have been the guys right now. I mean, Olave's gone through stretches, but that's the thing. Like, you're going to make these choices like weekly. So I wouldn't even like get into the mindset of like, this is my wide receiver 1, 2, and 3, like for the rest of the way. Different moves every single week. Injuries happen. Like, just got to be water. Joe said pick 2, Judy, Franklin, J-Mo, Tucker. I'm going to say J-Mo and Judy. Strictly family clothing. Chase for A-Chain and Cook. Cooks or Cook? James Cook? I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to trade Chase. Like, I really don't. Celtics must win week. I face the third best team in the league. Full health. I'm without Bucky. Ruin my season. Yeah. Well, let's get it, man. That's all we can do. We can get it. Jaden just traded Judkins for Brees. Thoughts? I would have rather had Judkins. I know Brees had a pretty good game. Jackson said I traded Pierce and Judkins for Puka. A win? Yeah, I think so. As long as Puka stays healthy. Steelers fan Herbert and James Cook for A-Chain and Bo Nix. I really don't want to do that, man. I don't want Bo Nix. Arnold. Should I drop Shaheed? I mean, who are you dropping him for? But yeah, probably wouldn't play him anytime soon. Abe said, who wins this trade? Genty, Jefferson, Frigbuka, and Swift. Feel like the Genty JJ side wins. All right. TJ, what up, bro? He said, if you're in a northern state, the northern lights are going crazy tonight. Nice, nice. Berg said you get points every time someone claps. Yeah, man. How'd you know? Are you just used to the leagues where you only score 100 points and think that that's a high score? Kai, who wins? Amon Ra, Frigbuka, and Etienne. I feel like the Amon Ra side wins, but I probably wouldn't do it because, I mean, Igbuka, like I want to get Amon Ra and Igbuka together on the team. Steelers fan was picking up Musgrave. Good move. I mean, I guess it depends on who else is available. I've never really been a fan of Musgrave because like Kraft was so good that like Musgrave was there first and Kraft came in and like stole his job. And Byron, pick up Wandale, Pierce, or Shakir. Probably Pierce. He doesn't play this week though. Would you need the person to play this week? Elijah Kamara for Woody Marks. I'd probably do that because I'm just not a fan of Kamara. I don't know nobody is right now. And King trade Hampton and Sutton for Judkins. Probably. Feel like I'd want Judkins. And Ryan said trade Bucky for Olave. No. It's different when Spencer Rattler and Olave was doing great. Okay. All right, we're getting the hell out of here. Make sure you follow everybody on TikTok. Peace out. And here we go on what's it called on YouTube. Where the hell is the video? Oh shit, this video is gonna look all weird. I already know it is. Because it's gonna cover me. Oh, I'm good. Threw me to the side. There we go. Hold on, where is that? There we go. All right, salute everybody. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Be back tomorrow. Jason just threw up a bunch. Jason, get up to Patreon. I'll be back tomorrow, though. We got time. Here's the one I clicked on. Which tight end's the best this week? Theo Johnson might be starting. Wandale Strange, is he coming back? And then Kate Otten. Kate Otten, as of right now, I don't really want to mess with Theo. If we don't know if it's Dart or not, so we want to wait for that. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans. Here comes the